Hello, my name is Vanessa Cruz. I'm a food technician at Legalego Food Consultancy, and in this video we are going to check a food supplement label. First of all, we are going to start with the front of the label. Here we can see the name of the product. In this case, it could be Legalego or Legalego Food Supplement. We have to check the name of the product because it could be considered a health claim. In case that we consider that the name could be a health claim, we have to look for a nutritional declaration of one of the ingredients that the product contains in order to try to defend the name of the product. Now we are going to check the other side of the label where we can see all the mandatory information. We are going to start with the denomination of the product. The denomination of the product is a sentence that contains the category of the product, in this case food supplement, followed by the active ingredients that the product contains. In this case, it would be food supplement based on fish oil, vitamin C, and zinc. Then we have to indicate the net quantity. The net quantity is the total quantity of the final product. It must be indicated in the same visual area as the denomination of the product. As we said, it is food supplement based on fish oil, zinc, and vitamin C. Here we can see that it appears in the same visual area. In case we decide to indicate, for example, here, it would be also correct, but if we decide to indicate here, no, because we cannot see at the same time the denomination of the product and the net quantity. Then we have to indicate the direction and the recommended daily dose. The direction is how the product is taken. In this case, it would be take 2 tablets a day with plenty of water. And then the recommended daily dose would be the maximum daily dose that we are going to take. It is 2 tablets, and we don't have to indicate anything else. Then the most important point is the list of ingredients. We have to indicate all the active and non-active ingredients, for example, the additive, in decreasing order of weight. And also we have to be especially careful with the allergens. The allergens must be highlighted typographically in the label, so that in the label we have indicated the word fish in bold and in capital letters. Also, we have the nutrition information table. It is a table that contains the quantities of all the active ingredients per recommended daily dose. So in this case, we will have to indicate it per 2 tablets. Also, with vitamins and minerals, we have to indicate the percentage of the reference values. Another important point are the warnings. There are 3 mandatory warnings. The first one is food supplements should not be used as a substitute for a varied and balanced diet and a healthy lifestyle. The other one is keep out of reach of young children. And the third one is do not exceed the stated recommended daily dose. There are more warnings that should be added depending on the composition of the ingredient that the product contains. Other point is the storage conditions. We have to indicate in the label how the product will be stored. In this case, we have stored in a cool, dry place and away from the light. Then we have to indicate also the lot and the expiry date sentence. There are 2 different ways to indicate the lot and the expiry date sentence. That would depend if you are going to indicate it as day, month, year or month, year. If we are going to indicate it as day, month, year, the sentence would be lot best before. And if you are going to indicate like month, year, the sentence would be lot best before end. The last point is the distributor. We have to indicate in the label the distributor, who is the company that notified the product and the responsible to place it on the market. We have to indicate the name of the company and the complete address. That is all for now. If you want to know more information regarding the food supplements, please don't hesitate to contact us.